about retraining members? The members did not continue for one time and coming back.
But if he is still a member,
Yeah.
then he can choose part.
You're saying he's
whole
been out.
program.
He's been out and he's rejoining.
Yeah. They are not considered as new members.
He's a new member.
No.
Then he has
When you retain them, they are not considered as new members. They come back with the same credit what they have previously.
Yeah, but have they
Standing.
dropped their membership for a period of time?
Yeah, 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah.
So they will be considered as new members.
They have to go through the pathways. But if he is a member but not attending to club meetings,
Yeah.
he's because he's a current member in good standing. Okay, so opportunity, the guides, of course, people like us will try to help you. Of course, our job is to help whenever required, especially the VP education. Who is the VP education of the club? So I have to be in contact with you. So until you get used to the whole program. Of course, VP education is managing the members' education credentials, and of course, the base camp will be managed by 3 people: VP membership, president, and the secretary of the club.
VP education.
VP education is president and the secretary. Help from the district, you get the program quality director, the chief ambassador, ambassadors, and guides. Of course, online help is there more than anyone else. If you go through the pathways program in the Toastmasters website, you find a lot of materials. So you can do a self-learning through that. Officers, of course, you need to plan now because unlike before, we have the VP education secretary and the president has work to do in the website. Even the members, you need to get into the website and update yourselves. So let's talk about that a little later. Okay, this is the gateway to the pathways. When you now from today you can access the website and get your password reset. So when you access the Toastmasters website, you will have a pathways. You can click on that and you use your username and password, enter, and you will get this screen. And this screen you have seen navigating base camp. So you can go through all the resources available within the base camp, and my education transcripts. So whatever the paths you choose, whatever the performance you do in the club, so there will be transcript. You are recording this. Members, you are recording it. And then my feedback. So the evaluations what you get. Now, if you go 1 year and see, of course your manual, you will have an evaluation from the member who has evaluated. But now if you want, most of the time what happens is that the evaluations are kept in the manual you have, but when it comes to the pathways, it will be in the website. So the member who is doing the evaluation has to upload all this, by VP education of the club has to upload it to the website. So your records are kept there. So all your records are in base camp. And then my badges. Now instead of ribbons, what you get, you will get badges. Those are digital badges. So you can award members digitally. Not only the person who is evaluating or the VP education of the club, other members also. If someone do a great speech, so others can give badges and encourage the members.
So that means no more physical.
You can have it. Because perhaps maybe the physical thing is attractive to the people rather than giving only digitally. Because now, see, there are two way of interacting. One is that you have an interaction within the base camp. Because when you go to the base camp, you have to update your profile. Now tomorrow you can go and update your profile. When you update your profile, your qualifications, your interest, you will update certain things, what you have achieved so far. And then of course you can see the other profiles as well. Profile of other members. You know there is a new member and you want to see what his interests are. You can see it from the website. But if you want to have these badges, still Toastmasters, you have the ribbons and all. You can buy and keep it with the club. But of course now, if you want to give it, encourage your members, you can give it digitally as well. Well, updating your profile. So it's important that everyone goes and update, and you can choose the path. Now every member who is current member will get one path free. So there is no charge for that. But when you select the second path, you need to pay for it, $25. But if you become a dual member for about for 1 month, you need to pay only $750, $7.5.
So what is the term called one path? What is it called?
Now let's talk.
Okay.
So
So
now-
now choose one path. What is
Yeah.
it?
But the
So-
deadline
so-
for that is today.
So actually there is an offer going on that if you become a dual member in a club for 1 month, so you can pay, instead of $25, you pay 7.5 and get second path. Okay, let's talk about the paths. It says, you should know what is the path and then you can select it. These are the paths. So you have 10 paths to choose. Now, when you become a Toastmaster, you get 2 manuals. I mean, old system. Okay, the new system, you go to the website, you update your profile, and then there are certain questions they ask for you to select a path. That either Toastmaster International will recommend you certain paths, or you can choose your own path based on your requirements. So can we read this one?
Dynamic leadership, effective coaching, dynamic planning, leadership development, motivational strategies, persuasive influence, presentation strategies, structural relationships, team collaboration, learning, communication.
So does it sound good? So now if you talk about your organizations, most of them talk about strategic relationships, and you talk about effective coaching, of course, innovative planning. So these are that's why they say the program is more close to the reality. So you have more options to choose, and you will get proficiency in a selected path. So now these are the 10 paths you can choose. Out of that, to reach the highest level of Toastmasters, which is the DTM, which I'm sure that VO has done maybe about 40 to 50 projects, 40 projects at least. And now you have to do less, but which is more focused on a certain levels of achievement. Now you need to do 2 paths to achieve DTM. So one path has about 14 projects, so total about 28 projects you will be doing, but that is a combined integration of communication and leadership. But plus, there are certain other things which I will talk what you need to do to become a DTM. So these are the 10 paths. So either you choose based on the questions you answer, Toastmasters will recommend you to choose a path, or you think that yes, for my job, presentation mastery is useful, so I will choose presentation mastery. Or team collaboration, because I'm a manager, I lead a team, so team collaboration is useful for me. So you can choose that way.
Question.
Yeah.
Regarding the current team, where we have the leadership program as well as communication program.
Yes.
There are 10 projects for
Yes.
communication.
Yeah.
And equivalent to the 10 projects, which top here you select for the different
No, when we go to the next slide, you will see when you select one path, what you get in that. So one path has certain number of projects. So that project goes for 5 levels. So I'll explain that one in the next slide. So now, what are the competencies you get in Toastmasters? When you join a Toastmasters club, even current program, you have 5 competencies. Now, this program which they are launching, Pathways, it is not that you eradicate the current program, remove the full program and do a new program. No, that is enhanced on the current program. The foundation, the framework of the current program, it is still there, but they have done certain enhancements. So it's certain elements of the current program, they are in the new program as well. So public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic relationship, management, and confidence. Those are the 5 core competencies. The program is based on these 5 core competencies. Now, how do you get confidence? Now, how do you get confidence? It's a core competency. How do you become confident? By practicing. Now, this is the difference between a normal communication program which is conducted in a school or a university and a Toastmasters club. Because this club experience, it's different from a classroom experience. So that's one of the things that, how do you build confidence? You come and speak here. You try, you fail, and he doesn't like the fail word, but of course you do a bad speech, still people will clap you and they will give you encouragement, they will give you a feedback, and next time you will do better, you improve gradually. So these are the 5 core competencies that the current and the future program is based on. But there are certain other competencies which is more than the current program. Well, these are the answer to your questions. Now, when you select one path, let's say you selected the path innovative planning. So you have 5 levels. So you go from level 1 to level 5, which is gradually increasing your skill level and the knowledge to become an expert on that path. The level 1 is mastering fundamentals. So you go through the fundamentals. You learn the fundamentals through certain projects. You have an icebreaker, same thing what you have. But when you're doing 2 parts, you have 2 icebreakers to do, specific to that part. And then you have evaluation and feedback, researching and presenting. So you have in level 2, learning your style. Now, fundamentals you learn, then you learn in your style, self-awareness. What am I good at? Evaluation, speaking, table topics. So my strengths. We are going to do 2 projects plus introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. So now every member will go through the mentoring program, which is a benefit, I'm sure, to the clubs, because we talk about mentoring, which is not happening properly. That all depends on the club management, club executive committee, that to use this program and create a mentoring program within the club. Increasing knowledge. Now when you go to the level 3, the knowledge will increase on the path you have taken up. Now how do you increase your knowledge? So knowledge, skill you improve by practicing it. Knowledge you improve by certain amount of materials you have. So of course it's a combination of that. You have certain materials to read and perform in the club. Next level is you're learning your skills. So now you are going from level 1 to level 4, you are building the skills, and the level 5 is that you are demonstrating expertise. So when you reach from level 1 to level 5, so you are an expert on that particular path. So that's how the program is designed.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
also I see some people taking notes. The slide presentation will be available as well.
Yeah,
So
we
in
can,
case you
yes.
miss anything, that'll be available.
All right, now you have seen that let's say you selected one path. Now you have 5 core competencies and there are 10 paths. Now each path is built on these competencies. Now if you see the first one, dynamic leadership, 1, 2, 3. So it is on public speaking, interpersonal communication and strategic leadership. These are the core competencies which that path is built on. And of course then you have sub-competencies. Now current program there are 69 competencies. You learn certain competencies by writing your speeches, speaking, delivering your speeches. But now in the new program you have more than 300 competencies. So if you do both 10 parts. Okay. So when you are doing, of course it is not limited that you should do only 2 parts. You can do many parts as you like within, if you have time and if you have the commitment. So if you see that, so every part is built on these core competencies. Now you take one path, presentation mastery. Mastering fundamentals, you have certain projects to do. Learning style, you have certain projects to do. And increasing knowledge. You see that now you have level 3 elective projects. So you have choices now. So now if you go back and ask your advanced manuals we have in the current program, some of them are here. And then there are added ones. Now if you see here, deliver social speeches, using presentation software, now currently also we have visual aids. So connect with storytelling, creating effective visual aids, using descriptive language, connect with your audience, make connections through networking, focus on the positive. So these are new things added. Inspire your audience, which is already here. Prepare for an interview. Now that is one of the things that a new addition to the pathways. And understanding vocal variety, active listening. Now you go to 4th level, you have choices. Create a podcast. Now current program you don't have podcasts, online meetings, managing online meetings. So you can see building a social media presence. Write a compelling blog. Now there are people interested in writing blogs. Of course you have module in the program that how to write a blog, and then manage online meetings. So manage online meetings. So how do you manage? I'm sure that many organizations, they have branches in different places. So you will be able to learn how to manage online meetings. Question and answer sessions, public relations strategies, manage projects successfully. Project management is, of course, everywhere. Any field if you take, you have projects to manage, because there are specific modules for you to learn about project management. Demonstrating expertise, again, you have different choices. Now you have got choices in the levels from increasing knowledge up to the demonstrating expertise. You don't need to do all of them. Based on the path requirement, you need to do 1, 2, 3 projects. Alright, so if you go to another path, you will have the same. Sometimes these are similar projects in the other path and this path. That depends on the competencies which the path is based on. So these are the digital badges. You get inspirational, innovative, exceptional, collaborative. Now, when you deliver a speech, when you deliver, in your club you have, you select best speaker, best evaluator, best general topic speaker. The education can award this online. Maybe you can do it here itself. So you are connected to the internet and you can award it. Or, so it is a record that kept in your base camp. Every individual member. And of course, when you complete that path, you get a certificate of proficiency, where you are proficient in dynamic leadership. You achieve proficiency in presentation mastery. And you can print certificate yourself. Of course, you can get a certificate hard copy from the Toastmasters International, and you can request a letter to your organization like current program what we have. So now if you see that your certificate is you are reaching a level of proficiency, so which gives you a credibility that you are a person who has done a program of presentation mastery. Well, evaluations are more specific, so there are certain forms that you need to use for evaluation for each project. Of course, current program you have in the manual, the objectives of evaluation, how do you evaluate, but here, so you will be evaluating a speech. Of course, in evaluation, if you say that most of the time people try to summarize the speech rather than summarizing it, so now the evaluator can prepare himself ahead of the program, and then of course during the speech he can rate the speech components and the skills that he has demonstrated during the speech, and then you do the evaluation. That evaluation form is uploaded into the website. Of course, when you talk about public speaking, you have certain skills to develop to deliver speech. So those skills you have in the paper itself, and you can, while doing the evaluation, of course, you can write your evaluation using the points which is in the form, and that itself you can upload into the website.
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
This is a big improvement from the current system. Sometimes you got the evaluations and you got numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you think, well, what do I give? What kind of number do I give? Well, it's kind of good now, but you don't really have strong criteria to decide why you're giving a 4. What does a 4 mean? Well, 4 means pretty good. Here, it's all spelled out. So it's just using a more detailed rubric, which I think is a great improvement.
So that's.
And also, sometimes evaluations, you're not sure exactly what you should be saying. That's a good guide for you, to include exactly what to do.
All right. So when you enter the base camp from tomorrow, you will see all these materials. There are a lot of resources, a lot of videos that you can watch and learn from the website itself. I'm sure that within 45 minutes, what we give a limited information, but there are a lot of information within the website which you can go and practice. You can see the videos and read the materials, so you can get more information about the program. Then that will help you to choose the paths that you want to do it within the program. Of course, as I told, if you want printed materials, you can order by paying. But if you want digital materials, you can download all PDFs and print and keep it with you. And like when you select path, that path relevant materials only you can download. There are information that you can download, but now for a person to become DTM, you need to have two paths. Now, once you finish one path, you can purchase the other path. Or the new option they have given during this month, I don't know the date, till what date, 20th only? What? The $7.5 offer.
Well, I think before Toastmasters, before the pathways.
So that means today is the last day for that. You haven't got this information from the area?
But soon I've sent an email to all the leaders, so that should be cascaded down.
Already?
So about pathway, we are far away from
Lack.
pathway because no communication is being given to our leaderships.
You're kidding?
Yeah, I'm sure. I have given this message to our area and the division.
I'll have
I
sure.
always stand for it because we are away from it. And if you say today is the deadline, I object that. Because today is the day we are getting the training and you are telling us this is the last day. No, we don't go for
No,
it.
because the reason this was communicated, I have seen, as you said, Sunil has sent an email to the area directors and the division directors.
But we are not area directors, this is club leaders.
Yeah, but no, area director has to communicate that to
No,
the.
I'm the VP membership, I am not in that. I am not, don't have any communication.
So you
And
you're
you
not
know-
aware about this 1 month membership?
And you remember we had that.
Yeah, you told me, yes.
We started the communication and we said, we can't give 1 hour for this because I never knew what it is all about. First day he called me and he said, we need 1 hour to introduce pathway. I said, what is pathway is about? I cannot spare 1 hour from our meeting. No way, you can never.
But last year's Division H contest, the Lau gave a presentation on pathways. I know that. Yeah.
See, we understand that, but certain clubs are having difficulties and certain, your club, you meet maybe once in 2 weeks, and but of course, this is the new program that your members should aware of the program, plus you will be doing it now, all the members who are joining
Now,
now.
one question like, from tomorrow if I join a registered new member,
Yeah,
is there anything specific that I need to do instead of like a normal conventional registration?
registration is the same.
Okay, then.
Then the member has to go to the website and log into the website and update his profile. So now member, earlier we don't need to do, some people they don't never go to the website at
Yeah,
all.
for
But
sure.
now here the member has to go to the website, update his profile and then choose his
So
path.
it's mandatory now.
Mandatory, because how do you get your manuals from the
So no
website?
more like the introductory manuals, no more printed manuals coming.
No, unless you choose. I want printed material, you pay extra for that.
But you pay the same amount, even if you don't get printed manuals.
No, if you get printed manual, you pay extra. But otherwise, you pay the normal membership fee, you get one part for that. So 45.
So this online access is mandatory for all the new
mandatory.
members.
And people have to go and update themselves their profile and then choose the path through the.
So members without access to internet, sorry, that's what boss was saying.
So they can get the help of VB membership and of course, but we encourage that every member has to go to the website and do it by himself, because that will be, see nowadays 99% people access internet, maybe very rarely you get 1%, but in that case, the VP education can do it for him, or a president or the secretary. So, but it is better to do by member himself.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So now, club meetings. Today, you have an agenda. Same thing. There's no change. You will have an agenda. You sign up for speech and receive an evaluation. So you have, apart from current evaluations, but you have access to evaluations through the web. So your evaluation you can access at any time and read it. Say, let's say you did 8 projects. So you see, second project, I got an evaluation. So my vocal variety was not good. Now 8 projects, you are getting a good rating for your vocal variety. So you have some improvement. You can do that comparison within the website. Club members support you and get feedback. It's the same thing, but feedback also now. Other members, earlier we used to have in Toastmasters meeting a small feedbacks.
Yeah.
So most of the clubs now, we are not practicing it, but now here, you listen to a speech, you go to the website next day, and you can give a feedback.
So it's online voting now, yeah?
Voting is of course you do it in the club, but yes, encouragement, feedback you can give online. So that means the club, now interaction between the members, it is not limited only to the club, only to the club. So now there is an online community.
The profile of others also you can see.
You can see that, yes. But not other materials, but profile of the member you can see. You select your home club. So if you are a member of 2 clubs, you need to select the home club as Mussafah Toastmasters, then you will see the other members in the club. So if you have 2 clubs, then the dual member, then you go and select my home club is Mint, then you will see the members in the Mint. But when you do a project, if you are dual member, you record your project under that particular club. Alright, so the icebreaker speech, first page, it is the same. VP tracks your progress, it is the same. Now VP tracks your progress online. So he has the base camp access to all the members, and you can see what they have done, what they have not done. So this is a good way that you can manage the club development. Speeches 5 to 7 minutes is the same. Now there are 68 competencies in current program, and you will have 300 competencies in the new program. 1 communication track, 1 leadership track, and you have 10 different learning paths tailored for you. So these are the differences, but your club meeting setup will not change. Perhaps the richness of the program will improve, and the value addition will be more than the current program, but of course the meeting setup will be same. That
So,
all depends on
What
the commitment of
like, okay. So this is, we call like CC track. How about the seal track?
That's why it is integrated now.
Yeah, so no more something
No
called.
more CL, no. You are going through a path. When you do that path, you are doing there are 5 levels to do. So within that 5 levels, you have the leadership and communication both.
But it doesn't, no, but just make sure that it's clear, like, let's say that you've done bronze, and you want to go to silver. You still follow the manuals, the CR manuals and whatever projects need to be
No,
done.
what he said is now, current program, we have CL, this one, but whether they have leadership separate in the new program, no, it is integrated.
Because now,
But if
for
you want-
instance, we are about to, like Malayalee, the CL, we are about to register. Maybe tomorrow we are supposed to register.
You can. Now, current program, if someone is reaching CL, he cannot even today. He can do it up to 2
Up to
years.
4 years, yeah.
Up to 2 years.
But,
yes.
but someone who choose this track, like pathway,
Yeah.
there is nothing to register like CL or.
No. He go level 1. When he does complete the level 1, he completed level 1. So level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. When you complete, you get the proficiency.
So all this, all files come into this, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So to complete level 1, you have to be level 2. Let's say you have to be table topic master.
Yeah.
So
So
that
it's
is there.
not separate like a CC or CL, it
No,
goes one.
it goes as one integrated program. So now to become DTM, so this you need to have 2 paths completed, which level 1 to level 5, 2 times you will be doing different paths. Let's say you selected dynamic leadership and the presentation mastery, so you are doing 2 paths, and then plus the remaining ones. It is the same as current program. You have to be a club member, club mentor or a club coach, or an youth leadership program or speech craft or club sponsor. So one of them you have to do, and you have to be serve as a club officer and the district officer. So to become DTM, apart from the completing 2 paths, you need to do this, and then there is a separate project for DTM project. You have to carry out that project. Sorry.
Both.
See, required to do all, this is mandatory. And then elect you 1 each. You have to be club mentor or a club coach. And you look out of these 3, 1 has to be done. And plus the DTM project and pass.
So what is this DTM project, what is it called?
It's now you have high performance
Yeah,
leadership,
yeah.
that kind of
Similar,
project.
yeah.
Yes. So, now the difference between the current and of course, now you will not have advanced communicator, competent leader, competent communicator. In the new pathways, you will not get these credentials, but you will get only when you complete the path, you are proficient in that particular path.
So you don't get these badges anymore. CC, CL, gold,
But you
brown,
can
yellow, all
get, they might have this badges for the proficiency of
yeah, different colors of badges.
that will not be there.
What is speech craft?
Speechcraft, actually, it's another program in Toastmasters where, let's say, you want to promote your club to get new members. Okay, there are several ways you can do it. You can organize a Speechcraft session, so which has about 10 sessions, and there are manuals for Speechcraft. You are conducting a Toastmasters program with the new audience, guests who are coming to the program. They are going through a Toastmasters program for 10 sessions. They will be doing speeches, they will write, and they will be doing evaluations based on the demonstration you are carrying out. On first day, you do a demonstration for them to do what the roles are, and then they will be doing it at the end of the program. Most of the guests who are attending the Speechcraft, they have an option to become a host. YLP is the same.
Yeah.
Speechcraft. Otherwise, so let's say now, for example, Deloitte is an audit firm. They are the HR. They have continuous learning system or something. They recommended that to have Speechcraft program in their organization once in a year. So they invited Toastmasters to come and do the Speechcraft. So by doing that, you promote Toastmasters program and ask the guests who are participating in this, they can feel the program of Toastmasters and they can join a club or they can form a club.
So what was the status as of today? You're saying tomorrow it should get, this pathways is getting rolled, right?
Sorry?
Pathways are getting rolled
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what was the status as of today? For example, with my membership add CCCL, that will remain the same, right?
Yeah, of course. It will remain forever. So now if you become CCCL, that credentials, you have a certificate, you can use that one forever. But if you want to progress in the old system, you have 2 more years to progress up to DTA.
So
Okay,
the
if you want to-
sad thing is, either you complete your DTM in 2 years
Yeah.
from today, if not, start something new from today.
Yeah, that's right.
So otherwise you lose.
Yeah.
Let me just say, in my particular situation, I'm on the very, very, very slow track. So I've got 18 speech projects to complete. I've done most of the other leadership things. I've got 18 speech projects to complete for the DTM. So I've been weighing, can I actually do that? Will my work let me or not? On the one hand, I'm being pushed this way. I'm kind of like in the middle now, I'm
Maybe
not
you
sure.
cannot afford to wash out.
Sorry?
Maybe you cannot afford to wash out. Yes.
Something like that.
See, someone who has reached certain level, it is better that he choose, continue in that and choose this. Most of the Toastmasters, I'm sure that you are doing again your CCCL.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, so now you have an option, instead of going to CCCL, you go through pathways.
I don't know.
Or you go both. Still you have.
And also, if you've taken like 2 district leadership positions, for example, then one is already gone, the DTM. But the second one could be
Yeah.
added towards it.
Now, whatever the district roles or the officer's role you are currently having, that can be used for pathways.
Or even before the starting of pathway.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
If he has not used.
Yeah, you did the kind
Yes, now let's say you were the area director last year, you have not used that one for your DTM, so now you can use for your pathways.
Oh, okay.
So it is there, so you can use that. Well, now you know the club, distinguished club program, so DCP, so you have to achieve certain goals to get points to become a president's distinguished or the distinguished or select distinguished club. So now for that, certain goals to be achieved. 2 CC awards, 2 more CCs, 1 ACB, 1 more ACB, 1 CL, 1 more, pay your dues on time, attend club officers training. So these are the requirements you need to fulfill to get the DCP points. Now the same way you have in pathways, instead of doing 2 CCs, you can do 4 level 1s. You get 1 point. So instead of 2 more CCs, you get 2 level 1s. But this 2 years, you will have now combination of this, but you cannot claim both. So if you are claiming 2 CC awards, you cannot claim for level 1s.
Is that clear, level 1?
Yeah.
How many levels are there per path?
5 levels.
5 levels, so have 4
Four
members who complete the first level.
First level, then you get a point, DCP point. So next 2 years you will have both, but after 2 years you will have only that.
So next 2 years to achieve this President distinguished club, which path you will choose, like, I mean.
Either you have to choose.
Yeah.
Then, see, now you have.
Suppose our club, we have to choose the left one, because we already completed many points. We have to choose the left one. Next year, maybe you can choose the left.
Well, you might not get anything from this one this year. Maybe. Now see, now what happened? You are claiming from this, and you won't be able to claim from that. Now you might have 4 levels, level ones, but you have already claimed from here, or you are claiming from here. So if you are not claimed here, from that one you can claim. So let's say you claim to.
You can mix and claim.
Yes. So you can. You can, because the reason.
Because you got members going through different tracks, so we can't.
See, now you have 2 CC awards, you get 1 point. Now instead of 2 more CC, you have 2 levels of level 2s, then you get 1 point.
So you can mix and claim.
Yes.
You can't use the alternate for the same. That's it.
That's right, yeah. So any other questions you have?
Yeah, see, next meeting will be in the new format, right?
Yeah.
Agenda will remain the same. There will be different topics, there will be evaluations.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Let's say I'm choosing one project from the new batch, okay? So my evaluator, how I need to coordinate with it?
So now usually how do you organize your?
But he know, I'm choosing a new project. He may not be knowing about the evaluation pattern. We have only 2 weeks.
I understand, yes.
Yes.
See now, there are.
Because generally we consider so-called seniors to evaluate the speech, like, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
So now all are new pathway.
Where this VP education role comes, they are now.
No, only 2 weeks. Forget about the
First 2 weeks. Next meeting.
all are new.
Yes.
Get your most senior member to do
But you
the
are also saying,
say you have an evaluation form for your project. In this Basecamp, you can download the evaluation
okay.
form. So now you choose, say you are doing a speech, an evaluator is him. Okay? So you ask him to download the form and get familiar with the criteria of evaluation. So then he can do the evaluation. See, the criteria is not very much different from what we are doing now. It is more focused than what we are doing. So even if he is not looking at the form, you can do the evaluation. See, evaluation has certain criteria. How do you speak? You evaluate it. Yeah.
Some of the projects are different and there is innovation drive.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
So podcasting is something different.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think a lot
But
of
if you go to the now you are starting from level 1.
Right.
Level 1 you have icebreaker and another 2 projects which is not very focused like the choices what you have seen. Now icebreaker speech evaluation is similar to the one which we are currently doing. But of course you need to download that form and then to see it is better that someone prepare and come. But first level you will not have that kind of new options. It is similar to the current one.
So let me just add something here. You know, sometimes we go to meetings and we know we're going to evaluate, but we don't spend a lot of time preparing. You know, we just kind of wing it. We look real quickly, yeah, okay. Now, we need responsibility.
is there any change in the timelines? Evaluation carries same 3 minutes?
Yeah,
Same. All the timelines are same. Project time 5 to 7 minutes.
Method of evaluation, see, now we have a scorecard, right?
Yes.
So with a number of points. So whether we need to calculate everything in a speech way or we need to tick, okay, this one you scored this much, we need to evaluate in that aspect.
You do an evaluation the same way what you are doing now. It's the only thing that ratings what you are giving, it's for records. Plus, you might use some of them. Say, I rate you on this level on the vocal variety. Let's say your vocal variety was you had good pitch or you had good poses. So I give you a rating of this. But it doesn't mean that you just tell the scores on the your vocal variety is 4. No, that will not be a feedback. So the score actually for the record purposes. Okay, but when you are doing the evaluation, you didn't do like what we are doing now. So, but you can use that scoring what you have given to assist your evaluation. That it is not that you just read the scorecard.
Right. Yeah. You said one thing. Evaluation needs to be uploaded, right?
Yeah.
So who is going to do that upload?
The evaluator himself, No, evaluation has to be uploaded by the VP Education.
That means we need to take a printout of the evaluation form. Let's say something.
Scan it, right? So you
I
write
need
it.
to print out the evaluation form. I need to give to my evaluator.
Yes,
Advance.
yes.
He need to fill up everything manually.
Yes.
Or is it a digital fill up or?
See, you can do both. See, now what you are doing is usually we bring a printout and mark it on the.
No.
Yeah.
In the book.
Now we have books.
Yeah. So now what you do is you can bring printout.
Right.
So now you don't have manuals.
No,
What you
no.
do is bring a printout.
Yeah.
Because when you are doing the evaluation, you will mark this.
Exactly.
And the same copy has to be uploaded onto the website. Yes.
So that will be done by the evaluator or the speaker.
No, the speaker has to. See, now your evaluation, what you do, let's go with the current scenario. Now you do it in the manual of the speaker.
Yeah.
Okay, now you bring a printout, so VP Education has to arrange this material, isn't it? Or you bring yourself, that club has to decide, club executive committee, now he is going to evaluate your speech. Now the evaluation form, we have to print it and keep it in the club itself, because now if you are not bringing the evaluation form, how do you evaluate? So you have to, these are pre-preparation of the club officers. Now once you finish the evaluation, you give that to the speaker. So you go and upload in your website.
Is that the speaker or VP?
Speaker, because it is in my base camp.
Okay.
I got the feedback, it is in my base camp. Okay?
So what is the electricity of that? When I upload.
So is there a timeline, time frame to upload because?
No. Evaluation is now let's say
If
GST
it is
access-
there's an authenticity. Let's say I'm uploading something, okay, it's visible only to me, right? Or someone else can see.
No, it is visible. No, someone else, club president,
It's
VP
like,
education and secretary can see.
Right, okay.
See, now Toastmasters is all about people have to be honest and maintain integrity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
So another thing, is there any specific time frame to upload the evaluation part? See, now what we do, only when the time comes to get your CC or CL rod, we fill the book and get the signature from,
That's why now VP Education and the members has worked after the meeting. So you go and upload next day or before the
So
meeting.
you can't wait till the end of the year to.
See, now what will happen if you don't do that one? If you
Time
don't,
frame for this?
so there is no specific time frame. What will happen is now if you don't do this one, it is no. Even if you don't upload, nobody will tell you anything. See, now suppose if you don't upload your evaluation, nobody will tell you because there is a record. That record is for our learning purposes. Okay, for me to go and see this evaluation again. But when you finish the project evaluation, you will have certain. Now, let's say you finish a project. You have in the current system, you have you VP Education will after 10 projects you go and update the project name, the date, and the title. Same way, you have in your base camp. Today you are the Toastmaster of the day. You have a tab which you go and select and put the date. I was the Toastmaster of the day.
So now.
That will be verified by the. Now let me tell you because again member can go and as you said member can go and fill. I was the Toastmaster of the day on that particular day, but he has to validate that. See,
Can you conduct a mock meeting with this concept?
we can.
You need to.
Yes.
So that we can all experience that.
We're all learning through the same thing. I haven't been to base camp, I haven't had access.
So now what we can do is next meeting.
No, this is a new project which is landing, right? It's not
Agreed.
like it just a small change.
No, this is.
So let us experience that. Someone can come and demonstrate the way,
We can.
because
I
we are all
can.
mentors and
Because one of the things that the pathway guide has been asked and the ambassadors, especially the pathway guide has to have another several sessions with the VP Education.
But he didn't have any.
Now after this presentation, I should contact him. Now what happened? This club we came to the last day, so other clubs we did
Why it
earlier.
happened in the last day? So we are one of the best club in the region, right?
But
Not
your
for
club was
Malayalee.
busy. Your club was busy. They could not give.
No,
You had the earlier.
Because see, this pathway business is for last 1 year, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yes.
But when did you contact? The first contact I got from you maybe 2 months back.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what
is that right?
Yeah, that's Everybody was the
No,
same.
no, there was several things like, we
Why
had
did
to.
you come in the last minute?
One second.
Why we are the last opportunity?
First of all, my apologies for that.
No,
First-
no, see, apologies is not in
No, no, no,
the, apology is not in the dictionary of Toastmasters.
No, what happened, I contacted
What we
your-
can do is
Yeah.
just.
I contacted.
They asked in the last meeting, we did not agree because.
So that's the last meeting,
Yeah.
but last meeting we did
No,
not
no,
have
no,
one meeting.
Something new, you just, presentation will not work.
What's it?
Practically,
What's it?
my name is Arun.
Arun, now Toastmaster Arun, I coordinated with the now what happened, I called Pio.
Yeah.
And he gave me an
Yes.
answer saying that we did not get any information why area government directors are not involved with this. Actually, Parkways, they have formed a separate team. So what I did, I called.
I asked you to contact our president and they did.
I contacted Malik Arjun first.
Yeah.
So Malik Arjun told me, okay, I have already communicated with the presidents, and the previous week I think you had the area contest.
Yeah.
So people are busy with the area contest, we'll have it after the area contest. So this is what the area director's response to be. And then we had scheduled other
But again,
clubs based on their.
One thing what I want to ask, like, every time when we have something new or something official comes to Toastmasters, we call the club leaders and conduct a meeting,
Yeah.
or we, educate the leaders, then they go and spread the news to the clubs. This time this comes the other way.
Yeah,
We were waiting for the meeting to give 1 hour to talk about pathway in the club, then sit with the leaders. It's not that way, it would have been the other way around.
Then talk with Uma and Balaji. Because that's how it's set up.
No, actually what happened, I think Toastmasters International.
No, why it's hurry?
Now we are telling us today, midnight,
Make us prepare ourselves. Yeah, give guidelines, then you transition
from-
into that way.
Anyway, this is not the forum to debate.
No, you know,
Yeah,
your insights, no, your
Arun,
insights are right, I
Arun,
agree.
you know.
Now, Arun, now next meeting onwards, your meeting will not change.
That's what I'm telling you.
Now what happened?
Something is there, there's a change, right?
There's a change, yes.
So there should be some guidelines. That's what, do you come and demonstrate us one meeting the new
We
way?
can, I will do
Otherwise,
that.
what will happen?
Yeah.
We will continue the same way.
Yeah.
After 6 months or 1 year down the line, you will not see any prophets in online.
Yeah.
So we will go the same way all the Mussafah Toastmasters.
Yeah.
You want to see that?
No, but that's not what's going to happen because
Okay.
that's.
So if this is a problem, when do they start this? This exercise, it started 7 years back, right? You said
Which one?
to-
The research has been done.
research started, so at least 1 year it will take, right? At least 1 year back you started rolling out the program.
So they started promoting the program.
So that, I see, next meeting is the end result of that.
Yeah.
Now the last minute you are coming out to the podium and telling, they will showing the presentation, this is what you want to do from next meeting.
Okay, now I think it's not the.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Now, Arun, now if you go to this one, now you see your club meeting will not change.
So then what is going to change?
Will not change.
Yeah.
But there are enhancements which will gradually you will embrace. It is not that you tomorrow or next meeting onwards you change everything. No, it's a gradual progression. Now
You see, transition phase is over.
yeah, sorry.
Next meeting is a showcase of new meeting, right? With these new combinations.
Now you have both your current program and the new
Right.
program. Okay. Now let me ask this one. How many of you will choose pathways? Of course, you all
We
will.
are yet to decide, because today only we came to know
Yeah.
some understanding of this.
How many of you choose pathways?
Can we think
Because all the new
of-
members will be automatically to
If
pathway.
you take at least 4 or 5 sessions, let's say you conducted now,
Yeah.
then one more brainstorming, 2, second, third, internally some discussions,
Okay.
meetings, then we can decide on something.
As the pathway guide,
Yeah.
I'll give you an assurance. Now, when you conduct your next meeting, I will be here. Okay. So let's do it together.
Good.
Maybe another meeting together, and to get familiar with the online updates. Of course, we can do that.
I have 2 questions. What is the important thing that we need to do now? Like we have to go online and select the pathway, something like you said, right?
See now, all the members here, I'm sure that if you have current new members, 1 or 2, do you have
Yeah.
last month joined?
We have 4 members, 4 guests today.
Yeah,
So-
for this today, for them, if they are joining in, yes, they have to go and update. All the members are recommended to do that one because you have to go and update your profile, and you have to have that interaction with the base camp, with the Toastmasters website. But if it's a new member, he has to choose that path. mandatory.
What is the definition of new member? Last month, 2 months, like I got last month. So
Yeah.
I'm a new member.
But you're
See now,
I'm already a member.
yeah, so now you have an option. See, have you done any projects?
One project,
Right,
yeah.
right here.
Okay.
Last time.
Now you think, do you want to continue in the same old track or you want to do it in the new track?
For me, like old is
Yeah, because-
new because I'm very new in the system.
Yeah, so you go to the new. So you go to the new. So you go to the website
Okay.
and you update your profile.
Just one second. What I would say, this is where you have the mentoring coming in from the club leadership who've been here for a while. If I were in your situation, it's a no-brainer.
Full
Pathways.
pathways, yeah.
But whatever the payment you already did for, is it be transferred to the new path?
Yeah, of course. You don't need to do any payments.
That-
Your membership is, you will renew your membership by end of
Another
December.
question, like, so you can see now we have some galleries also this. We are running a gallery club also.
Yeah.
Is it going to reflect in the gallery club business?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
They will follow the same old
Yes,
system.
yes.
That's what I got you.
Another one thing is,
But for,
CC, when current method with CC 10 finish, the member get the certificate.
Yes.
CL also like that. So the pathway, when the member get the first certificate.
so when you
from the
finish that
international-
5 levels, you
Each
get
level,
certificates, yeah.
How many?
Each level you have a recognition, but of course the certificate will come, proficiency certificate will come at the
Only at the end.
One part.
Yes. 5.
So in general, like compared to normal DTM track, like how long it will take in your calculation? This will be faster?
This, see, that depends on all members now. You have done very quickly, same way if someone has.
On an average, I was saying
2 years, 2
years,
years.
so, yeah,
Two
normal.
2 years.
For each path.
No, no.
Complete DTM, yes.
So we'll have so many DTMs in a year, right?
Is there a problem with that?
No, I will be happy.
For the Kerala, is there something coming up or?
No, at the moment, no.
Yes, suppose now you are telling, like you are choosing the second path, I have to pay extra.
Yes.
Suppose one path if I choose,
Yeah.
if I finish that path, then if I am going for the next one, should I pay the extra for that or?
You have to pay for one part extra. Now, for example, current program, when you finish CC, you get free 2 manuals. The next 2 manuals you need to pay for.
Yeah, it's
Okay? Yeah. So now here, first you have to do only 2 parts to become DTM as the educational programs. So these 2 parts, one you get free, second one you need to pay.
So you can continue with both the paths simultaneously? Or you have to wait
Yeah.
to complete one and
No.
switch to next?
But you are, that's a good question. See, in current program, in CC manual, you can do project 1, you can do project 5, you can do project 3, no objection.
No.
You don't need to go, it's better to go on sequential
Yeah.
order. But here, you need to go level 1 to level 5. But 2 parts you can do parallel.
Okay.
But you cannot do level 1, level 3, level 2, no. Level 1, level
1,
2,
2,
level 3, you have to go
sequence.
in sequence. Because that is the way that they build the program. But in current CC manual, though it is recommended go to 1 to 10, you can still do.
So one final question maybe, is it going to reflect in our annual contest, going to make any changes? Or the evaluation criteria or table topic criteria or any kind of, is going to reflect?
They are, see, the current, now this contest we have this year, so it will be.
This is normal.
See now, the table topics, the humorous speeches, international speeches. The
Because I was going through it because we have got a humorous book when you talk about the normal track. But
Yeah.
here I didn't see anything about humorous now. I didn't see anything in this humorous like you're talking about. So, yeah, so pathway is going to talk about humor in pathway.
Yes. So humorously speaking, the manual.
Yeah, there are 2 manuals speaks about humorous speeches.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
now,
but you don't have to take those manuals in order to participate in the
Yes.
contest.
but they have, see, in terms of contest, I don't see any change, but I'll can
No,
come back to you.
there won't be
because,
any changes.
I'm not fully aware of that, whether the contest will change.
There won't
At the
be-
moment, no, yeah,
I purchased paying $75 all the manuals.
yeah.
What will happen to
We are returning it.
You have to.
One minute, please.
Yeah.
1 minute.
15 manuals you have.
Let me complete my question. Will I get a digital part of it?
No, because now you have the old manuals,
Yeah.
old system.
Yes.
You can use this one for next 2 years and get your projects completed.
So I should go only in the.
No, you can choose both, because you are a current member, you can go both ways. But since you bought the manuals, if you want to use them, yes, do it.
Or you can sell them to people who are on the old path, the extra ones you don't want to use. Get some of your money back.
And again, pathways, you said we have to select pathways and do that. I completed CC. And I'm going to get CL also.
Yeah.
Now, how I can continue with the pathways remaining from
You switch.
Huh?
Start from LKG.
Fine.
No, for you, you have two options now.
Yeah.
Current members who are in CCCL path,
Yeah.
if you're interested of continuing till DTM, you can continue within next 2 years. In the meantime, let's say you are interested in going through the old path and you want to do the new path also. So you can do both. Either you switch
So
from
my
one
question
to...
is, if I prefer pathways,
Yeah,
then I have to go again to pathway 1 to
level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You select one path and you go for that 5 level.
Well, you take the assessment that guides you in the path.
the credits I can take from CL.
You cannot.
No,
You cannot.
no.
No.
So for pathway, all are beginners.
Yes, all are beginners.
All are beginners in pathway. No DTM, no CL, no CC, no, all are beginners.
You cannot transfer.
If you are a CC or CL, you are a CC or
I
CL. That's
will
it.
be, I will be a new member.
Two different curriculum approaches.
Actually, as a new member, I think icebreaker is the first speech.
Yes.
Okay, in which pathway I can choose icebreaker?
All the
is it a common
paths,
one?
all the paths you have an icebreaker. Any path
You'll take an assessment on the base camp, that will kind of guide you if you don't know which path to take. There's like an assessment.
So now let's conclude, like, we prefer to have a detailed session on
Yeah,
this,
of course we
because
can
now
do
we
an
have,
online session.
always the same first time, so it's only,
What I can do is next meeting, please let me know, I will come and.
in 2 weeks, no, every 2 weeks.
So demonstration on the base camp, and so how do you use the materials in the base camp?
We can go online, we have internet and we will go online.
We can do that.
Okay, we have a red light that's really, really red. It's getting on fire.
Thank you very much, President Rajesh, and of course Malik is not here.
Yeah.
He said he will try to come, and of course I thank Malik also organizing the event, and of course all the members who present here and listen to us and ask questions. Thank you very much, and of course it is an exciting change in Toastmasters. Who are the guests here today? So I strongly recommend, with all this experience in Toastmasters, you don't hesitate, take the membership and take the new pathways. I'm sure that you will have a life-changing journey through the Toastmasters. So with that, we end our presentation. So thank you very much. And over to the team here.
So that was Toastmaster Pat and Shannon. Thank you very much, both of you, ambassador as well as guide. Always is a first time, and for me it's really something new, and if you really ask me, I don't know where I am.
Making from manual to smart.
Yeah, so one thing what I understand, Toastmasters International is becoming more
Smart.
smart. They are becoming more smart.
It's not automatic, it's smart.
So they are going more environmental friendly. You can say no more printouts, and it's becoming more and more.
Virtually also we
Yeah.
can do it now.
So in a way, because this is what is happening around us. This is the kind of world where we are living. Without this e-business, you can't get into an office now. You go to Dubai, anything government, if you want to get something done from the government, e-business. No more conventional manual. So let us, we are taking more time now. Okay, now it's 10:05 already. So should we go by the number track, or we directly go to our general evaluation? Yeah, no general evaluation as well? Okay. How many stands for winding up? Okay, majority. So I hand over this podium to our great president, Toastmaster Rajesh Palikri.
My bottom-up part, I thank Shannon and Toastmaster Farah for a beautiful presentation, which we really required at least 1 month back. And do you have anything to say?
Take a photo of all of the community.
Only thing, I congratulate Charles for delivering such a beautiful speech. And with that note, I adjourn the meeting.